Hi, I'm Stephanie Townrow, and I'm here in our Lancaster in the 60s exhibit showing you some of my favorite objects in the exhibit that you're not able to see in person right now, but that we hope you'll enjoy by video. Behind me, you see these two items, a pair of boots and a combat helmet. We often call this pair of boots jungle boots, and the helmet is sometimes referred to as a steel pot helmet. And these were two items that were used in Vietnam. And they were used by a Lancastrian whose name was Dr. C Darrell Lane. He still lives in Lancaster County. He went over to Vietnam in 1968. He had previously enlisted in the Army in 1963, and he served as a doctor in the Army. And he went over when he was the major in the Army Medical Corps. He went over to Vietnam in 1968, where he served as part of a unit called the Wound Data and Munitions Effectiveness Team. It was a unit made up of people from different branches of the military, the Army, Navy, and the Marine Corps, and they were studying wound data from soldiers. So he spent a year serving in Vietnam from 1968 to 1969, and he's an example of a Lancastrian who enlisted, who volunteered to go over. He was not drafted, and he was already not really the right age group to be drafted, but he went over. He left behind a wife and 3 young children in Bowmansville, Pennsylvania in Lancaster County, and he was over there for a little over a year, and he was mostly stationed in Saigon. We have other items in this case which you can't see quite as well, but they're letters and medals and some other interesting items, and those are from a man in Lancaster who also went and served in Vietnam called Tom Heckles. The reason I'm particularly interested in showing you the boots and the combat helmet is because Dr. Lane is my grandfather. And the little girl that he left behind in Bowmansville is my mom. And my family has a lot of memories of his time going over to Vietnam to serve. And we're very proud of his service to our country. So we thank Dr. Lane for loaning us these items so that we may display them in our Lancaster in the 60s exhibit to teach people about the Vietnam era.